So now you need to turn your camera back on. Yeah, and mic as well. Yeah. See, it's not too hard. Deacon, you already know how to do this, right? All right.
Camera. Okay.
We're good.
Okay, so back on camera. All right. So, and we're on tape. We're being recorded. Okay. All right, let's get started then. I think it's a good afternoon to certain folks and good evening to some folks and good morning, right? Yeah, right. And welcome to the annual ISSIP Ambassadors meeting. And today I really wanted to thank Deb Strokes, who is our ISSIP president, and she joined us as well, and and Michelle and Jim and a bunch of you, right? Hopefully we get a few more folks to join. And when I said it, I didn't realize today is the election day in the U.S. So this is probably a really bad timing. Some folks are probably still out there trying to get their votes in. But anyhow, we will record this session, and then we'll share with them later on. Okay, and so right. So today's agenda is shown here, right? So again, my name is Christine Ouyang. I'm a distinguished engineer at IBM, and I'm the ambassador lead for ISSIP. So what I do is, I do a bunch of AI application development internally for IBM teams, and that's why I'm so into AI these days. I wanted to hear about your thoughts about on this topic, how we can leverage AI to help ourselves, but also there are the security side, the ethics of AI, right? That we all have to care about. So, all right, and then I need to admit somebody in. So that's me. And Deb, would you like to say a few words? Deb, we can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
You have to unmute to do that. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Deb Stokes, delighted to be the president of ISSIP, and I am also employed at Dell Technologies as part of the Office of the CTO. I am the leader for our academic research program, working with a number of universities and research labs all over the world. So looking forward to going through the slides with you all shortly.
All right. Okay. So before we go to let everybody introduce yourself, I just wanted to welcome the new ambassadors for 2025. Right. This year we've got 19 new ambassadors, which is amazing, and thanks so much to Jim and a few others. Right. You guys just really are expanding the ambassadors so quickly. And then I think I see Deanna here, who is one of the new ambassadors. And then I also see, can see, was that a Booby? Was that you too? I can't really see because when I'm presenting, I can't really see the face. So yeah, welcome to the ISSIP, and thank you for your support in being a ambassador, a new ambassador, and let us know if you have any questions. We can help you and do your job better. Okay. So maybe let me go because I can't see my team now. Here, right. So maybe we can let the folks introduce themselves. Deanna, would you like to go first?
Hi, everybody. My name is Deanna Berger. I work at IBM in microprocessor development for the IBM Z cache. Christine and I are colleagues over there, and she recruited me into this. I'm really looking forward to serving in this role and really sort of bridging the gap between some of the other technical associations that I'm involved in, such as SWE.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Deanna. And then Kazu.
Yep. Nice to see you. I'm Kazuyoshi Shimada. I'm working for Office for Diversity and Inclusiveness of Japan Science and Technology Agency. And this year, I worked together with Michelle and Christine to run the series of sessions on AI and democracy. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Kazu. And then let's go to Rupai or Rupal. I can't really see you. Yeah, Rupal.
Yeah, you got it right, Christine. Hi, everyone. Very glad to meet you all. My name is Rupal Jain. I've met a few before. I've met Deb before, Jim, Michelle, and other new faces. Hi to you. I reside in Connecticut here, and then before that, I was working with Micron in Virginia. If I talk about my academic background, I have a master's in IC design, and I've been involved in the semiconductor industry for quite a while. My expertise include product engineering, product bring up, process engineering, quality management, and stuff like that. And I am very happy and excited to be here.
Thank you, Rupal. Deacon.
Go off mute. Hi, I'm Deacon Larry Heiner. I was with IBM back in the day, have been semi-retired and now getting into an area of consulting around cultural awareness and organizations and helping people recreate their culture in order to bring more dignity to the workplace. So if anyone wants to talk about that, that's great. I am an ambassador to APQC, Association for it was about quality improvement many years ago. I forget what the acronym stands for these days, but they're out of Houston, and I've been posting some things in the chat about options that they have available. And would love to chat with other people about how it is that you implement your ambassadorship. Would love to chat with you about it sometime. Thanks.
Thank you, Deacon. And then we go to Vaishali. We can't hear you. You have to come off.
Yeah.
Mute. Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Now we hear you.
I am. Sorry, I'm new to Teams. I'm just trying to find where to find the unmute button. And I'm not an ambassador here, but I am the community lead. I welcome people. We have quarterly meets and do welcome. So some of the folks that I see here are what I know and I've met them before. Worked at IBM in the past, and that's how I know Jim and a couple other places. So I will pass it back to you, Christine.
Thank you. And then I see Maggie.
Hello. Hi, very nice to be here and so glad to meet you all. I'm Maggie Chen. I am a senior UX researcher working at Dell Technologies, and Nico Reinecke was my mentor and at the company, and worked with Deb before on some university collaborations as well. And my background is actually technology strategy consulting. I used to work for some of the big 4 companies and help different industry clients to implement their technology strategies and then to build their information systems. And right now at Dell, I work on using advanced technology to really improve our user experience for our customers. So very excited to be here and be part of the ambassador teams and to serve this community.
Thank you. And Michelle.
And I'm Michelle Carroll, Executive Director of ISSIP since 2022. And I worked with so many of you. This is an awesome call. Worked with Kazu on the Democracy Series, Vaishali on the Give, Get, Grow sessions, and Oh, and RuPaul, we'll hear more about that team shortly, but all for more deeper engagement, you know, among ambassadors. Excited about more of that. You'll hear from me in a bit.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. And I just saw Yueming joined. Hi, Yueming.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello, I'm Yueming. I'm currently working at IBM. Glad to know everyone here today. Currently, I am. How should I introduce myself? Okay. I'm working with Christine.
You're the program manager for the ambassadors.
I'm the program
right?
manager of the ambassador program. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice to know everyone.
All right. And then Tiru just joined. Hi, Tiru. Could you please introduce yourself? You will have to hit the unmute button. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, hi. Actually, sorry, I'm in a car. That's what actually I couldn't join a little earlier. Yeah, thank you very much. Are you able to hear me, by the way?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, hi everyone. I am Tirumala Chimperi. I work for Stony Brook University as a senior programmer analyst. I joined ISSIP nearly 6 months ago, and it's a nice experience, like working with educators. Basically, like through this program, I'm able to collaborate with the people in ISSIP. I'm able to share the knowledge sharing, the hello.
Yeah, we lost you for a minute.
Oh yeah, sorry. The signal is not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all from my side. Yes, sorry.
Okay. Thanks, Tiru. And Jem.
Founders of ISSIP in 2012. I was at IBM then when I founded ISSIP, and I was leading the service research and service innovation area for IBM Research, and also our global university program. So I got to help start with a lot of other people from industry and academia this organization, and it's been fun to watch it go over the years. It's been fun to watch, especially student members who started as students in 2012, and now they're like executives in big tech companies and all over the place. And it's been a wonderful experience for me, and it's great to have this opportunity. Thank you, Christine Ouyang. Christine, by the way, was in one of my groups at IBM. So Christine and I know each other really super well. We worked together at IBM. I think Vishali mentioned we collaborated at IBM. So there is definitely an IBM mini network that runs through ISSIP. And Deanna, I think your day job is so cool. I put that in the chat. If anybody doesn't know what Deanna does, she makes things run really, really fast. And that's cool in our Z mainframe, our old Z mainframes at IBM. So anyway, I've taken enough time, but nice.
Thank you, Jim.
To say hi.
Yeah, and I saw Dong Song just joined. And Dong Song, would you like to introduce yourself? You would need to hit the unmute button so that we can hear you. And I'm not sure I can unmute him. No, he would have to do this. All right, so maybe we can.
Yeah, hello.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Dong Song.
I'm very sorry. Somehow the microphone is not working, and actually the name was wrong. Correct here, so it's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The name is wrong.
I joined basically I'm Lina Zhou, a professor of managing information system from University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Okay.
So I can show the pictures. Yeah, right. Yeah. Sorry for being late.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. We met last year, right? Okay, great. I think we have people here, and all right. So then I'll hand the mic to Deb. She's our president, and this is really, it's very it's an honor to have her to address the ambassadors community. Okay, Deb.
Thank you. Let's go to the next slide to make sure that I say all the things that I'm supposed to say and don't say all the things that I'm not supposed to say. So I just really, as I think we should probably have had a test to you all and just say, name the 3 pillars that we are really focusing and working on for ISSIP. But just as a reminder, because we don't want to give you a test at this time of the day or evening, we're really looking at the ambassadors as our leadership, our engagement, recruitment for the future, how ISSIP will be growing and going forward. There's so many service roles that we have and that we have the opportunities to build in even new service innovation opportunities as AI comes to the forefront of practically everything that we are all working on, personally or at our organizations. So those service roles, Jim has created a handbook and a guidebook that is really going to help us understand what the broad range of opportunities are for ISSIP. And, the ambassadors are one of our very, I would say, most successful programs that we have that's enabling the growth of ISSIP. But we also have the AI Collabs, the Give, Get, Grow programs, the Mighty Me program, the seminar series that Michelle and Jim have been sponsoring, that we've had a number of organizations telling us about what's happening in the retail space, what's happening in the education space, and a number of other ones. So this is really what we're calling scaffolding for growth. We're building up for how we're going to go forward in the future. And I would say, somehow, Henry Ford is coming to my mind on a couple of things that we're looking at from a, work perspective and inspiration kind of things these days. But one of the quotes he said, I think, really applies to you all. That, as ambassadors, you're coming together as a beginning, staying together, that's progress. That's really, as you build out the team, as you all take on different responsibilities and volunteer for opportunities in ISSIP, and then working together, that's where the real success comes in. So I would encourage everyone that we definitely want you to become a big part of ISSIP. We definitely want you to feel like you have a voice in ISSIP. And again, email is open. I would say the phone is open, but I don't usually answer my cell phone when it rings. But please feel free to reach out at any time to me if you have any questions, concerns, or just need a, hey, where am I at and what I need to be doing so I can use this professional association to help promote my career growth and other opportunities. And I think I might have one more slide that I'm supposed to talk to. So I cannot tell you right now, but our VP election results have been concluded. And I'm making sure I get all the dates right, Michelle, so I don't misquote anything here. We are working on what that press release and announcement is going to look like. We are really excited that the runners-up are going to serve on our ISSIP Strategy Council. The Strategy Council is another important part of ISSIP because that's who really sets the planning and agenda for what do we want to focus on in the next year going forward. Like our past year, I think it was pretty much all about AI, everything that you could think about AI. But there's also other technologies, there's also other business imperatives out there. And so we really look to the Strategy Council to help us shape those directions. What can ISSIP do to really promote and help the members of ISSIP to understand what's coming down the pipeline? So that's why I'm very excited that the the folks that are runners up for VP have the opportunity to serve on the strategy council, and dare I say, give them that extra year of getting more engaged and understanding what ISSIP is doing, opportunities to be hosting some seminars, to be hosting some of the things that we decide are on our technology roadmap for the upcoming year. And let's see, I think I'm supposed to say, call for nominations for Excellence in Service Innovation Awards that are going to be due in, this is for 2025. And those are due by the 31st of December. And I'm going to encourage everybody to get that in well beforehand, because we all know how that last week of December works for everybody, pretty much around the world these days. So with that, thank you very much for the honor and privilege to join you all today and welcome you to the organization. And again, I look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Deb.
Thanks, Christine.
So Michelle, I think this is your section, right? An update.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christine asked me just to give you an update on current priorities and what's going on, especially this month and next, as we're wrapping up this year. I think most folks on the call are really familiar with ISSIP and have been with us a long time, quite a few longer than me. But there are some brand new folks as well. So let me just say, the big goal this year was to accelerate our growth, build awareness of ISSIP, accelerate the growth, and we are on track, really surging, really kind of excited up to, we tally really in a reporting way in July and in January for the progress call report with the board that all of you are invited to, everyone's invited to that. And in July, we shared it's 1,825 participants in the community now. Since then, we've gone live with our brand new rebuilt, optimized for search on Service Innovation website. And now we're consistently in the top 5 Google rankings. Our ISSIP news is coming out every month and looking good, drawing people in. Go back up.
Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't sure, yeah.
No, still here, staying here for the most part.
Okay.
But so an engagement in events is up. We'll do that next month anyway. 2 events this month, though. Jim and Vital Prabhu of Jim Spohr, who you've just met, if you didn't already know, and Vital Prabhu with Penn State are co-chairing and pulling together this industry transformation series. This month, November 20, is Supply Chain Management and Logistics. And also up, and Jan Simon isn't on the call, but another of our repeat candidates is, you've seen a 3-article series by him on the topic in our of service innovation in the newsletter and on the website. And now he's chairing, in partnership with EIT Silicon Valley, a hybrid event that will have in-person meeting capability for any of you in the San Francisco Bay Area, in the city of San Francisco. Details coming. Jan promises them shortly, and as soon as we have it, the newsletter is going out. So that's a big event coming up. And our current top priority is funding next year. So 2 arms to that. You've seen the call for donations. ISSIP is free to individuals and funded by our donors, and they can be individuals or organizations. So there's a call, and I'll give you a link in a little bit. And we have this new revenue stream, Benevity, that Heather Yurko serves on our executive committee with MasterCard, opened up for us because MasterCard participates in it. And we found, if you've seen this article on the top right of this slide, and I'll give you a link to it, it walks you through, check to see if your organization participates in Benevity. And if it does, they match, $10 an hour, $20 an hour of your volunteer time serving as an ambassador. You log your hours, and Benevity pays ISSIP because it means something to your organization to support you. So we really appreciate that. And I don't know, Christine, if you wanted to share what you and Yuming were able to come up with from at IBM, which when Jeff Welser had reached out to ask IBM employees who support ISSIP in this month of action. Did you
Yeah,
want to
so
mention?
so that actually is quite simple, right? So you just go into the Navity and you know, you log in your hours, and then for IBM, you know, we get I think the company matches $10 per hour, and now it's actually $20 per hour of your volunteer time, right? So that as a donation to the organization that you know you work with, right? So, you know, I think this is really a great opportunity to raise funds for ISSIP, right? And then I'm sure some companies also do, like, you know, if you donate, you know, like out of your own pocket, you donate money, and some of the companies, they also match that as well, not just you know, so it's in addition to the volunteer time, but also, you know, in a personal donation, and then the company can actually match that too.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And just to be frank with you, because you are leaders in this organization, we're currently at about half what we need to maintain the same level of platform and operations program management for next year. So things like the newsletter wouldn't be as often, that kind of thing would come up if it doesn't change here in the next 30, 50 days. Next slide. This was just a brief for anyone who is brand new. At the progress call in July, just by the numbers, this is what we shared then. We had run 9 events. Now it's, I think, 17 events year to date. The Excellence and Service Innovation Awards. It was 200 credentials. That's now, you have the opportunity anytime you speak or write a blog or contribute to a program, and the work you're doing as an ambassador can earn ISSIP credentials. So it's a really growing part of our awards program, and had awarded 200 in July, and it's well over that now. The new ambassadors, that is you, 19 new ones this year so far to date, to be announced in 2025. Quite a number more on books. Jim, I don't know, is it 15 now this year to date?
I really don't know the exact number. I calculated at the end of the year, but it's,
Right.
yeah, we have them coming in constantly. And if any of you haven't written a book yet, many ISSIP ambassadors have written their first book with ISSIP on our Business Expert Press. So I always recommend start with a 12-chapter outline. So if you can get to the 12-chapter outline of your book, you're on a good path to actually create a book. So
Nice.
happy to help with anybody that wants more information about our Business Expert Press partnership.
And on all these things, ISSIP.org, there's now a really good, it's been rebuilt. So you'll see programs, and under that programs is the publishing, what you need to do to get involved, ambassadors program. It has some neat capabilities. Go look at it if you haven't. You can sort and see who is ambassador to what. And we've now quite a few more, 50, a lot of blogs regularly posted, and we're on issue number 11. It's every month, the ISSIP News, and that's it for me. And
thank you, Michelle. And so Jem, I think there's a few things that you like to announce.
Yep.
thought you would.
Thank you. I was on mute. And so we have the ISSIP 2024 handbook. If you go to the website, just ISSIP.org, and scroll to the bottom, there's our bylaws, and right under that, there is our handbook link. And it's only 11 pages long. Each page has something on it. I think the first page is just a picture and all the leadership team who helped create it. The second page is a letter from Deb Stokes, our president. And then we have each page talks a little bit about something that's important to ISSIP. And probably the most important thing I want to call your attention to is our code of conduct. And the code of conduct, you can read through it. It's just 1 page long. There's a link to go out and agree to it. But basically, it essentially says we're going to be nice to each other and collaborate. And I hope you all have read the code of conduct, agree to it, and that would make us, I think, a little bit more, as a collective, all at the same level of understanding on how we want to work together. Second is there's this thing, if you haven't heard of it, it's called generative AI. And it's not perfect. It's far from perfect, but it is getting better. It's impressive the speed at which it can do certain things, and like summarize a document, for example. It's very good at summarizing documents. But anyway, for anybody who's really interested in generative AI, I urge you to reach out to me. Let's get on the Slack together, because I'm leading a number of university student teams building basically AI automation for ISSIP, meaning that if you're a volunteer, like Rupal, for example, she helps generate the letters and certificates for ISSIP Ambassadors, and Yuming, she's on. She generates and updates the spreadsheet and does a lot of other stuff. But when we look at those tasks, there's like little pieces of it that can be automated. And so over time, it should be easier and easier to become an ISSIP volunteer and participate in ISSIP. So that's our goal. We're looking at all the different service roles, like our VP election process. We're looking at the ambassador stuff. Eventually, Michelle will look at the newsletter creation. We haven't done that yet, but I think we'll get some AI to help with the newsletter generation every month. But please do reach out if you're interested in AI and automation for service roles in ISSIP. It's pretty exciting what's going to be happening over the next few years. And by January, we should have our first version of the guidebook. It will not be perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, but we always at ISSIP each year, we try to make an improvement towards what we're doing. And I think that's all I had to say, Christine. So back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. And I saw a few people just joined late. So, and then didn't get a chance to introduce themselves. So maybe let's start with Monse.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Yeah. So could you say a few words about yourself, what you do? Yeah.
Hi, all. I'm Monse Moreno. Nice to meet you. I'm located in Guadalajara, Mexico, where the tequila, the mariachi comes from. And I have been in the ISSIP community. I think that I'm almost getting for 1 year, but I'm trying to connect with the community more and more and more. So hopefully 2025, I will be able to be more involved in the community.
Yeah. Thank you, Monse. And then Obina. Obina, you will need to unmute. We can't hear you. Are you still there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we can.
Okay. So my name is Obina Anya, and I work with Google at the moment. I'm a user researcher. I was former with IBM, where I met Jim. And I've been part of ISSIP for quite a couple of years now. I'm a co-founder of a nonprofit we call Varsity Mentor. So where we provide mentorship and skill development for universities in Africa. And I've been enjoying a lot about ISSIP, and I'm looking forward to more. Nice to meet all of you.
Yeah, thank you, Obina. And all right, so this one is going to be difficult. I've learned Japanese as my second foreign language in college, and now I gave it all back. So I can only count and say a few like grading words, and that's about it. So I can't really pronounce your name. I think I can't really see the picture either. So
she's Sawatani-san. Sawatani-san.
All right, so could you please introduce yourself?
Hi,
Hi.
That is my name. Sorry about my name is in Chinese characters at this moment. I did not see that. But yeah, hi everyone. My name is Yuriko Sawatani. I'm also ex-IBMer, and at this moment I'm working at the university business school, and also the government like organization to help the research project going on. Especially I'm interested in recently is how to create ecosystem around the university as well as local government and also affect to the government level the policy kind of thing, focusing on the healthcare and also data analysis areas. So I'm happy to work with you. And if you are coming to Japan, please let me know and let's meet together. Thank you.
So where are you located in Tokyo?
Tokyo.
Tokyo. All right. What about you?
Japan is very
Kazu-san?
small, so I can travel around.
Yeah, the bullet train, right? So Kazu-san, where are you located?
I'm in Tokyo as well.
Oh, Tokyo. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I think I may go to Japan next summer. So I'll look you up. Yeah, let's all meet in person. All right. So so the next thing on the agenda is really a discussion about our ambassadors activities for 2025. You know, the way I looked at it, I think we can all be more active, actively contribute to the community, give back to the community. I think we are all some sort of a subject matter expert in, your own area, in my area as well, right? So then we should be able to really bring that kind of knowledge, right? As actually one of the projects that Jim is working on, right? So he mentioned using AI to automate some of our ISSIP processes, which is really, I think, a brilliant idea. And then things of that sort, I think we can definitely all contribute to that, to the effort, right? Whether you are an expert about data, you're an expert about AI, or you're an expert of app development or user, interface design, right? User experience design, right? We have the folks here, Obina, right? So you're you're the guru in the UX design, right? So all the things I think we can definitely help the ISSIP running more efficiently, more smoothly, right? At the same time, I think the other thing is I was thinking about is outreach, right? Michelle mentioned that ISSIP is free to all the individual members, right? But then in order to stay free, we need the funding to for our own operation, right? So then outreach to the organization, your own organization, companies, or you actually, the professional associations, right? That anything that can help promote the image of ISSIP, right? I think that will help, right? So that's the second thing. The third thing is, again, back to giving back, right? Like Michelle actually showed, we have blogs, we have panel, we have different events, right? So again, volunteer to write a blog or get a do a panel, right? About the topic that you are passionate about, right? I mean, this whole community is all about us. So we need to take things into our own hands and really help ourselves, right? For me, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm working on AI these days, right? I worked on many technologies, right? The cloud computing, edge computing, quantum computing. Now I'm on AI, yeah. So there are many things that are many challenges actually, right? Still in this area. It's growing very rapidly, but there's still there are many problems that still need to be solved, right? So then how do we actually do this as a community, right? And then where we create assets, right? But at the same time, how do we consume it safely, right? So there are these 360 kind of degrees of a perspective, right? How do we actually look at AI, and how do we benefit from the AI? How do we make an impact in the AI era, right? So I think that's a very relevant topic to ISSIP because as Jim mentioned, right? Service, innovation, right? And if we can really leverage AI, so this we can totally change the service. It can be a revolution, in my view, right? So again, so this is our opportunity to discuss as a community, to really let us know what you want to do, how you can contribute, right? So then we can really have a much better 2025. So that's just what my thinking is. Just some food for thoughts, and really wanted to hear from you all. What you think that we should be doing in 2025. Anybody?
Can I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. During the series of events we held this year, I aware that inclusiveness is a very key in order to consider about service development and service what can I say, consuming, and also we aware that some kind of sandboxes, experimental places are necessary in order to develop the new services and as a safe spaces to immerse the next generation technologies. So we might be able to discuss more about how we can create the engagement process of the consumer and provider as a safer places in our society. That's my findings throughout the workshops, throughout the sessions this year. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it would be great to hear more from you and learn from you. Would you so what do you have in mind? Would you like to write a blog about it, or you want to do a panel session? Maybe we can pair you up with a couple other experts on that topic, then we can have a live kind of a discussion, right, with the community members.
Yeah, it's a very difficult question, but as I am working for the Japan Science and Technology Agency, I really would like to, what can I say, connect the expert communities between Japan and the United States, not only United States, in order to, what can I say, push the experimental activities make forward. And if the ISSIP communities helps to connect the expert communities among our society, it would be nice. But it takes time, maybe. But from the funding agency's point of view, the project development of the engineering research is very important for.
Yep, definitely. Yep. Okay, yeah. I think, Jim, our former boss, Bernie Morrison, I think he has very strong ties with the Science and Technology, Council in Japan. He makes annual trips to Japan to meet with the leaders, in the science and technology area. So, it'd be interesting to also hear from him, because I'm still in touch with Bernie. So we'll check with
Yeah,
him
we
and see.
should try to connect Bernie and Kazu, because I'm
Yeah.
sure Bernie knows lots of people at JST, but he may not
Exactly.
know Kazu yet. So we should get him connected. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Kazu, can you please email me just so that as a reminder, and I'll connect you with Bernie Myerson, who's IBM fellow and the former chief innovation officer. And he retired, and he's really retired. But I still talk to him on a monthly basis, so I can connect you too.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Okay. You're welcome. All right. So anything else? Okay, I see Monse. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. In the same line of sharing knowledge in our own language, I would love to create content in Spanish, or then organize events here at Mexico in order to start opening the information that we have here to non-English speakers. Most of the students here know to speak English, but we never know, right? So it will be better to have it in their own language. I already organize events and content for my students, and I could join those efforts to make it through in the name of ISSIP.
Okay, so yeah, that's actually a very relevant topic, because for AI, there's a lot of content in English, and then the mainstream definitely, the main street is definitely just English first. But like IBM, we just announced the Granite 3 model, right? The large language model, which has 12 different languages, right? So I think that model is one thing, but then training that model, we need content, right? So then it has to be in that local language, and then so the data and model, they go hand in hand. So oftentimes, in this case at least, we need to get the model. I mean, we need to get the content, which is the data, first, and then we can, definitely train and also fine tune a model for that specific language, right? Yeah. So I totally hear you. Yeah. That's actually very very challenging task. In the old data analytics world, Jim, that we often say that 80% of time is of any AI, any data analytics project is spent on data, and then only the 20% is on the analytics, the algorithms and the models. So I think it is still the same thing, if probably even more. So there's only maybe 10%, or depends on how you look at it. 10% folks are actually training the model, but the 90% are actually doing the inferencing, consume the model, right? So yeah, but then to train the model and also to run inferencing, you need the data. So that's the hard piece. And then we had data lakes and now data house, but still, what's the single source of truth, right? And think that's still, what's the system of records, how you feed this information into the AI model. I mean, that's still, I think, a very big challenge that we are facing. All right.
Yes.
So
in the meantime, we can have maybe events in order to the students here in Mexico could know that ISSIP exists and what do the organization do, maybe to invite them to join us and to have more. It could be like very specific and technical in translation, or it can be to start organizing events in other languages.
Right. Yeah. And then I think the other thing of the nice thing of having the AI is that now that we can, the whole thing can be translated, right, simultaneously. So I mean, I think the language barrier should be lowered significantly with technology. But still, I think it's the interaction really between people, between human, right? I think that really counts, makes a difference. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. I see. Yeah. I apologize. I can't really say your name.
Yeah, sorry, I cannot change my name at this moment, but Yuipa again. And I'm looking for some good guidance or governance model for the data and healthcare area. And we have maybe 4 or 5 projects focusing on the healthcare data, not only the hospital, but also the like a nursing, or maybe the after the hospital, they go back to the house, right? And then gathering the data as well to know the status of the existing or old sickness progress. So I think then not only the hospital, but also the life areas, how we can get those data and how we can utilize those data for the not only the research, but business. We need some governance or maybe like a policy to utilize those data. So I think US is always advancing country to use very data good way. So if you have some kind of guidance or governance to utilize those data, then I think it is very good to share in the world. And also we have some issues we can share, what we struggle with, and what is our current governance model, and what is the limitation. So I think maybe focus on the data and healthcare, not only hospital or not only the hospital, but including nursing at the real life areas, how to utilize those data. Do you have any good advice to looking for?
All right, so I have 2 thoughts, and then of course, others you guys can, feel free to jump in. In the U.S., we have HIPAA, so then that's really for privacy, patients' privacy and all that, right? So that's a very serious regulation, and then the hospitals and insurance companies and technology companies, supporting hospitals and all that. I mean, we all have to adhere to the compliant, be compliant to the to HIPAA, right? So that's at the government level. And then when you really wanted to say, okay, how do we leverage the data? I mean, we really have to look at this, the whole entire life cycle of the data, right? Starting from when the data is generated to how, that move through the whole, life cycle, right? And that we have technologies to manage the data. And there's also master data management, right? Also this data lineage, right? That you can also leverage certain tools to keep track, right? Yeah, and then now that we also have industry, this is from the industry, right? We also have content aware storage, right? So then there's different technologies, either in the software world, and also from the hardware side, they can provide those kind of capabilities to help you manage the data. the whole, not just the
thank
data,
you.
but the entire
Yeah.
life cycle, of the data.
Yeah, I think my question is a more above layer, not only the technology or structure, but the processes and also the like a policy to
Policy.
those areas. So I think if you have some good best practice to utilize those healthcare data, including insurance company, as well as like a patient, family, those kind of loop, right? And then I want to maybe hear about like a best practice. And we also try to provide kind of our current best practice to you. That is a kind of my contribution. And other contribution possibility is I think AI is good. And then we need to promote a lot of the entrepreneur to utilize those technology to make a good meaning for our life, right? So entrepreneurship, like a thoughts, or I recommend like effectuation is a good way to know about what is entrepreneurship. So I can provide some introduction, or we can invite Saraswati to, she is like originator of effectuation. And I think those kind of thoughts is good for the ISSIP community to grow more, I think. So just two thoughts, all right?
Yeah, thank you. And Deacon?
Can I weigh in on that very quickly? When I was in IBM, I was in the global services and healthcare industry for a number of years, and I worked in healthcare. Otherwise, I put in the chat the Joint Commission on the Accreditation of Hospitals and around their accreditation, but you can look across their site. They may be able to help you provide some of that approach to governance because they are an independent organization who are very influential in the area of accrediting hospitals. Okay, if that helps, or get in touch with me independently. Be happy to chat with you about it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Beacon.
Eureka, please, reach out to Deacon. Thanks. All right, so then we're 1 minute over already, but we have one more chart. Wanted to do a call for actions. Michelle, you want to do this?
Sure, and you have all these links in the chat now, so join us if you have not officially. Just register on the website at ISSIP.org where it says join in the top right, and just sign up. That's where it'll kick to you the handbook and make sure and ask you to read and review and agree to the code of conduct. Funding, I've sent you those links. If you've got ideas, people we should be talking to, I'm executive director at ISSIP.org or Michelle at ISSIP.org. And please do check that link to see if your organization is Benevity participant, because it can be very serious money very quickly because you guys do a lot and it's hours. And I just put again in the chat, there are 2 ISSIP groups on LinkedIn. The main account, please follow us if you don't. It's kind of how we measure our size and scope. And then you separately can join the private ISSIP community exchange group where you can post whatever, resources you want to share, activities you're up to, insights you want to feedback on. That one's for everyone to be engaging. And then those 2 events, ISSIP.org, click on events, and they're on the 19th and 20th of this month. Those are the biggies in my mind.
Thank you, Michelle. And then you mentioned a survey, right? Jem, I don't have the link handy. I was looking for it while I was doing a million things. I couldn't find it.
Which survey?
The ISSIP survey, the ambassador survey.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Could you put the link in the chat?
Yeah. Take me just 2 minutes.
And that's about, Christine, that asked them what topics are of interest for next year. Is that the gist of the survey?
Yeah, it actually has that survey. It has in the survey as well. Yeah, it has that ask. Yeah.
Please.
Taking me a little while to navigate there. Sorry.
It'd be nice to be a little more proactive on our news, you know, and be covering what you want to be covering and contributing to. So participating in that survey would be very helpful.
Right. Yeah. And also give us some ideas about, you know,
yeah, I'm having trouble getting that link right now. Sorry. Let me see if I can find it over here.
Yeah, if not, we can I can resend the email. I can, you know, I can resend the link in the email.
I think that might be better because I'm struggling to find it right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
My
All right.
computer's acting up.
Yeah. Okay.
I
No
gotta do a
problem.
restart. So sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're over and already. So really appreciate you spend the time with us.
Well, when we send out the recording, we can
Yeah,
include
I
the
will.
survey link.
I will.
That
I
would
will.
be the way to do it.
Once it's available, then I will download and send it to you, and then we can upload to the ISSIP YouTube link, YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly. We put in the metadata there as well. That's good.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
Christine.
All right. Thanks so much. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Christine. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.